go to technical issues. I bet I have to make a microphone adjustment. Oh, I did mute it. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and get it started by clicking on this one here. Shoot. Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies. Guess who that is? Produced by LK Productions. Featuring Zoom homies. Guess who that is? Produced by LK Productions.
Sorry about that.
Yes, Long Dog, I finally am here. I'm just about 18 minutes late, but it was through no fault of my own. And I had to get set up. I think I'll go back to what I used to do, which is I'll set everything up before leaving to go pick her up. That way, if I am running a little bit late, I can just jump in here and get started. So I guess I should start my video. I know it works, or it should work. Yeah, there we go. I'm here. Yay. So it's good to see Alex, Sean, Chris, Greg, and Darren. Darren's probably asleep, considering it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
No, I'm bloody not.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, good
I'm
Lord.
listening to it.
Oh my goodness, he's bloody not.
He was just talking just a
Lying
little bit
bed.
ago.
Yeah, it's good to
What's
see
that on the
everybody.
telephone?
And Jim says, bloody hell. So
Yes.
why can I not? There we go. For some reason, I was having issues answering a question in the chat room. So Alex helped me out earlier tonight. My graphics card needed updated and it wouldn't do it. So we figured out a way to get it to work, and that solved a lot of the problems. Didn't solve my DaVinci problem, and I was really hoping it would. I still got to look into that. That's really got me
Ask
frustrated.
Darren why everything's bloody in the UK.
Darren, why is everything bloody in the UK?
It's 5 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
I
Yeah.
know.
And I'm in bed.
Yeah, there you go. Good
What
answer.
did he say? What do you think, Ian?
He said it's because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know.
He had to think about it for a minute. He's like, wait.
I know they
wait.
use that's the way they use. That's why they used to use the word. Well, it's better than some of the words we use.
Well, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. All right, so I'm checking my emails real quick. Or trying
Yeah,
to.
somebody asked on YouTube if you got their email.
Yeah, Bobby Warren. No, I do not have an email from you, Bobby. I have one email in my email, and that's the Zoom license. I keep it so that if I ever forget it, I know that I can go to my email and it's right there for me. Other than that, I have no emails whatsoever. I'm really proud of myself that I finally got all my emails caught up. A few answered.
About time.
I know, I feel horrible. And I still have to go back out in the garage this afternoon, tonight when we're done, and I'm looking for one box of lights that go on the trees, and I can't find them anywhere, so I do not look forward to that. I found every other known light bulb to mankind except the one she really wants, so anyway, I can't tell if I have a hot mic or not. Could I get a Zoom check from Zoom across the board so I can check the mixer, please, Alex?
You're good. Yeah, you're doing good. You're good.
All right. And then if someone in the YouTube chat would let me know how that sounded. So, as you guys know, I did a Walmart #1 on Thursday, Friday, I don't know what day it was, one day last week, just kind of more or less as a joke. And yesterday, Jeff mentioned he was waiting for Walmart #2. So the day after dropping her off, I stopped at Walmart at the opposite end of the Walmart, and I did a 21-second Walmart #2. Without going and looking, Alex, can anybody tell me how many views they think that short video has as of right now?
86.
140.
200.
Sean, don't go look, Sean. I see them
I'm
fingers
I'm
moving.
loading up Microsoft Store right now.
Sure you are. What's your guess?
Yeah, I don't have YouTube open.
Sean, I'm just messing with you. So what's your guess? How many you think?
I don't know. 175.
Well, Jim says 150. I think I heard somebody say 240.
You probably look.
140.
Well, I will tell you all you're way off. So as
It was
of
me.
right
I said 86.
as of right now, I gotta remember how to do this. 2,604 views.
What?
Yes. Now, for those of you that are doubting this, I will show you on the screen.
Show us. Show us. Show us.
Oh, I'm showing you. And
It
I
was
will also
1.8 earlier.
I'll also provide this to YouTube. So if you look right here, it says Walmart number 2,
Yeah.
public,
Yeah.
today's date,
Yeah.
2,604 views with 7 comments. And one of the comments I thought was absolutely hilarious because the guy goes, What's this all about? I said, it was just a joke. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your support. I honestly cannot believe 22 seconds of, hey, I'm at Walmart. This is Walmart number 2. That's basically all it was. So, tomorrow there will be a Walmart number 3.
Gotta be inside.
Yeah, I could do that. Actually, I could run to
You couldn't get
Kroger as
done
well
for
and
it
get
if you do it
do a
inside.
video with Chris's brother, who's, by the way, his name's Charles, not Chris. Live from the Tony Wallow Studios. I found that
It's
the Ken Stout Live.
You
There's
tell
a
him-
guy, there's a guy at our Kroger right up the street here that looks just like you, Chris. I swear, if you
told
see
me
him from
that.
the back and from the profile, you would swear it's you. And I asked him the other day, I said, is your name Chris by chance? And he turns around and goes, no, it's Charles. So, thank you, Long Dog. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just kind of silly that silliness of 22 seconds gets that
Maybe
many
you
views.
Maybe
And-
you should start doing some crazy videos and post them.
I guess. And for a brief time today, I was at 203 subscribers. So I don't know how much the shorts. I mean, obviously it gave me 7 subscribers. Currently sitting at 202.
Oh, so it's the shorts that is getting the views.
The short, yeah, it's 22 seconds in length. I believe you can do a short up to a minute. I think. Uh-oh, I lost Zoom.
Okay.
Am I
that's
still
why
on
you-
Zoom?
Yes.
You're still on Zoom, but you lost it on the YouTube stream.
Yeah, I know. It should come back.
It's back now.
Yeah, that's because it was minimized. I still don't have it back, which is kind of crazy. OBS have it. There we go. Wow, what a delay. Anyway, iCloud, maybe iCloud is taking a long time to send emails. Oh, I have no idea, Bobby. I could not tell you.
It shouldn't take that long.
Depend on when you send it, I would think not.
1 or 2 minutes at the most.
Yeah, and they're all cleaned up, and I didn't inadvertently delete it because I checked my trash before I cleaned it out as well. Which is good news for me, bad news for Jeff. He wanted to know something that I think I deleted accidentally. So the question, Long Dog, is, so Ken, how did you get the video to show up on YouTube homepage along with the other TikTok type videos? I didn't.
It does that automatically.
Well, right. Basically, it just does it automatically. Now, I do know earlier today when I was messing around on YouTube, under Shorts, it had my video of 1,800 views, and it had right next to it a Doug Betts video that had, I forget, 111, 211, something like that. And I jokingly copied it and pasted it, snipped it, and put it in one of my chats. I said, we know who's winning this, which was a joke, obviously. So I wouldn't pay anything to look at it. Oh, come on, Jeff. I was going to give you an honorary membership. Now I'm going to charge you double. 22.22. Everybody else 11.11. Boy, short memories. Oh, I like the Grinch you have. So, is that 2 pictures, Greg, or 1 picture?
That's just one.
I like that. It's pretty cool.
Want me to send it to you?
Yes, I do. Please, I'd like that.
All right.
Save me from going and looking for it. Greg, I agree. Well, Greg's going to be charged $66.66. Anybody shooting for $99.99? Actually, $66.66 is not $99.99 double.
Well, Ken, I
Alex,
I have something I would like to show over Zoom, but I really don't want to show it over the YouTube. Could you put the technical difficulties on for a minute? Because
I suppose. Please stand by. We're having technical issues. Jim from Arkansas wants to share something. You can. I'll tell you when you're good. I should play the Jeopardy theme. This is ridiculous. And you're good.
Okay, so earlier I was telling you that I was going to show y'all the email that I got from that work from home. Well, because I deal with sensitive clients and stuff, I didn't want to show it over the YouTube. But this is it here. It says welcome home, and if I go back to the
Oh
This is
wow,
right here. It
let's
says,
copy this page.
No, it's not. Meanwhile, I'll try to keep YouTube entertained while we're looking at this.
anyway,
So hopefully Jeff joins us pretty soon. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's that. You don't have to read it all. It goes on and on and on and on. But I wanted to know. I already asked Ken this, but I wanted to know what the rest of Zoom thinks about. I have already told that other job that I have already declined that work from home job for the time being, unless I can get it back if I find out this Secretary of State falls through. So I would like to know everybody's opinion on if I should let this when I go to this job interview Thursday, if I should let these people at this interview know that I declined this other job offer just so I could work for them.
Excuse me.
Why'd you fart?
No, I coughed a little bit. So I flipped mine so that we're not identical. And then I'll have to make a slight adjustment. No, it's not important to say that to your potential employer. It'll provide no leverage in any way. So that's 2 that say no. I see Gary has joined us, and I did not hear the bell. I give up on the bell. So from now on, when you enter chat, I'd like you to go ding. That way I'll know somebody's here.
Boing.
Or boing. Boing will work too.
Be bong bong.
The bomb.
I've actually given up on that. Well, I probably forgot to set it, being on the fact I was rushed to get home. So Tony says no. Jeff says Gary is sneaky. No, I think I forgot to turn the bell on, honestly. I mean, I was only 18 minutes late getting started tonight. I'm not going to.
I didn't want to look at your shorts either, though.
Jeff
didn't want to look at your shorts. I didn't want to look at them either.
I'm shocked at how many views it's got. honest. Honestly, um,
Well, Walmart is a lot of people view Walmart.
you know
I
what?
mean,
You bring up a good point. The word Walmart's in there. People search for Walmart. Who? Yeah, I mean that's
when I was younger, we'd go to Walmart and just sit there for a couple hours, like a movie,
you've
beer
led
and
a very
pretzels.
sheltered life, haven't you,
My
Gary?
opinion,
No, I've been to Walmart.
I know. I'm just messing
in
with you.
my opinion,
No,
if it
you
wasn't
went to
for
see Top Gun Maverick. I went to Walmart. I had a better time.
Probably.
in
Probably.
my opinion, there's so little to do. There's so little to do here in Arkansas. Arkansas is, boring except for the nature that if it wasn't for Walmart, uh, well, Walmart is what put Arkansas on the map.
Well, that's not fair, Alex.
I thought Bill Clinton put Arkansas on the
No,
map.
he put them on the dress.
Put them on what?
They are the biggest. They are, at least I think they are the biggest employer
In
in
Arkansas?
Arkansas and one of the biggest employers in the whole country.
I would say you're probably right about Arkansas. Might be about the entire country too. So I shared a thing I got today on Facebook. It showed a Walmart semi going down the road, and it said, effective December 5th, you will now be required to unload the trucks to get your purchases and then check yourself out at self checkout.
Actually, oh, excuse me. Number 11, Walmart. Number 3 is Amazon.
What's 2 and 1?
Department of Defense is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
China's People's Liberation Army. China Railway is number 4. McDonald's is 7. So Amazon's number 1 in America.
For what biggest companies in the world?
Employer.
I had a very interesting conversation with my Amazon delivery person this evening. She got here about 7:30ish. I was out in the garage looking for the lights, and a car pulled into my driveway, and I wasn't expecting this package until tomorrow. And she says, I have a package for you. I said, oh, you must be Amazon. She said, yes. So as she was scrounging through her trunk looking for it, I just got to talking to her. I asked her, what attracts her to the job. And she says, well, I'll tell you. She said, I get to pick out what I do. And today I've picked out 2 3-hour shifts, and I'm going to take around $200 home. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. I didn't realize that when you work for Amazon, you had the opportunity to say, I want to deliver on this time frame or this time frame or this time frame.
But doesn't that all depend on where you live, the area you're delivering in, and all that?
Oh, I'm sure the opportunity in Indianapolis, Indiana, is a whole lot bigger than Sheridan, Arkansas. Sure.
Actually, you're correct, totally. But they actually have contract workers and employees. She is probably a contract worker.
Probably.
Because if she didn't have if she had you said trunk?
Yeah, it was in her privately owned vehicle.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you've seen Amazon vehicles delivered to your house, I'm sure.
Oh, sure.
Those are employees. The contractors do the ships.
Most of mine are what I assume actual Amazon employees, because they come in those great big vans with the Prime logo on it.
Has anybody noticed their boxes
They don't
from
never
Amazon?
come in their privately owned vehicles.
Has anybody noticed their boxes from Amazon having advertising on them lately?
I have.
Like Chevy, GM, movies,
Yeah.
football.
No, but I will go check the 2 I got today.
Is my picture on there?
I certainly have.
Is my picture on there?
Okay, so the first box here, it's got a label. It says 8.2 pounds. It's got my name on it, Cycle 1, no advertisement whatsoever. The second box is got 1 label, 2 labels. Both of them say my name and address, which is kind of stupid because why put it on there? Now, it looks like at one point in time, It had a secondary label on it, and they've cut it off. I imagine that's because the company recycled the box. That would be my guess. But nope, no advertisement on there.
No, I got boxes that have come literally like complete. Well, one came with the new Corvette on it. I had one come with football team. I don't remember which team. And then there was some Netflix movie.
Huh. No, I've not seen that. I guess that looks pretty good. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Doesn't surprise me. There's Jeff.
He's
Yep.
there with the doorbell.
Just feeding my granddaughter something before I got here. I was listening on my phone. That's why I just had to type everything.
Yeah.
I heard the doorbell.
Yeah, I fixed it. Just kind of a nice thing to let me know who's joining, who's not joining. Because right now anybody can join, so just kind of a nice, neat little thing.
Oh, I
So
wanted to tell
Detroit,
Alex.
Gary.
Yeah.
Detroit. I can't even believe I'm about to say this. Oh, this pains me. They are actually back in playoff contention in the National Football League.
I haven't found them, but what they do? Bribe somebody?
I don't know. They won again today, so now they're back in mathematical contention to make the playoffs. It'd be kind of funny if they did make the playoffs.
Are they even at 500?
I don't know.
I think they're 5-6, maybe. I mean, I don't follow them, but
What
if
you
they
gonna
make it,
say?
they're not going to be.
Give me just a second, and I'll tell you. I just know when I seen that article, I was like, oh, they beat Minnesota today, 34-23. Now, there's two things that's weird about that. Minnesota was 10-2 going into the game.
Okay, they're 6-7, so yeah, mathematically, but give me a break.
Right. And they are in the 8th position. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. They're in the 9th position.
They actually beat the Vikings?
Beat them bad.
Yeah.
Actually, beat them 34-23. Beat them bad. The Vikings are 10-3 now. So they played at Detroit. That had to help them a little bit. But I mean, I'm like, please, people, give me a break. And as of right now, Bobby, I still don't have an email. That's why I re-put my email address in there. And I've got my spam tab open just in case it were to kick it over to spam. There's nothing there.
So the second best team in football lost to the Lions. I would quit.
Yeah, basically. So I kind of
Georgia's got to play Ohio.
do what, Chris?
I don't know exactly the date, but Georgia got to play Ohio.
Ohio State. That will be what, January 1st, I think.
I think so.
And then whoever wins that game will move to the title game a week later.
Against
So I kind
Michigan
of had a ha-ha. Yeah, Michigan and
Utah? No.
TCU, I believe. Is it?
Oh,
Isn't it
Michigan,
Is it TCU?
Yeah,
Yep.
Tennessee, right?
No, Texas Christian University.
Is it Texas? Okay, I didn't. I kind of wanted to play Georgia and get over with.
I'd like to see Georgia and Michigan go head to head. I think that'd be a pretty good game.
I have a feeling that's what it's going to be, don't you?
Yeah, we'll see.
You think Michigan will lose, or you think Georgia will lose?
I think Georgia could lose. I think
Really?
Ohio State's got the I think Ohio State's got the motivation to get back
After
to
Michigan.
the title game.
Yeah, after they lost to Michigan.
Yeah. So I did a ha-ha moment on my mom today as I was coming back from Walmart. I called her up and said, "Well, I got good news for you." She goes, "What's that?" I said, "The Colts will not lose today." And she goes, "Really?" I said, "Yep, they cannot lose today." And she thought about it a minute. She goes, "Why can't they?" She goes, I looked for them all day long. I couldn't find them. I said, "Well, they can't lose because this is their bye week. They're not even playing." So she got it. She laughed about it. I like that one too, Greg. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I sent it to you email.
That was like when Georgia Bulldogs played Mississippi State Bulldogs. I said, I know who's gonna win, the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs, yeah. Yeah.
Bulldogs, yeah.
Somebody's got their YouTube stream running.
Not me.
Well, I went to check my email, so I have no idea who it was. I could probably move this over here to this monitor. So ever since Alex helped me upgrade or update the graphics card, I haven't had any issues with these monitors flickering whatsoever, which is nice.
Wait till tomorrow.
Probably
When did you upgrade your graphics card?
tonight. I
So you
don't
bought a
know.
new card, or you got new drivers, or what?
Just new driver. Yeah, I just updated the drivers.
Okay.
Ken, when Doug did that a few weeks ago, I can't remember what one it was, but he did that video card. I bought it. I bought one and hadn't got it yet. Supposed to get it Tuesday. Hadn't got it yet. Supposed to get it Tuesday.
Chris, I believe you're the culprit of the YouTube echo.
Am I? I thought I had it closed.
Well,
I'm laying in bed. Let me see.
give me a second here. Let me figure something out here. Let me go by the grin on someone's face.
It's not me.
No, we'll go by the grin on Jim in Arkansas's face.
The only browser I got it open is is the chat.
He had
We
it.
already figured out who it was, Chris. It was
Keep him
Jim
in
from
there, keep him in there
Arkansas.
for extra long because I had to get up out of bed.
Sorry about that. He had the volume just loud enough to where we could hear it, but it wouldn't pick it up on the little identifier for your box thing.
Close to that waiting room time.
I already put him in there. Now he's getting ready to come back.
Oh.
Put him back in there.
I should, huh? So, Greg, if you sent that second picture to me, I still don't have it. I got my email opened up on another tab, on another monitor.
I only sent you one.
Oh, I got the Grinch. I got it in the thing. Yeah, I got that one. Thank you.
So, Gary, what were you going to tell me?
I was going to state unequivocally, I have never used Microsoft Intune. I was confused about the product. I have no knowledge.
What product were you thinking it was?
Well, we have a tuning product for the SQL servers, not has nothing to do with deployment, has to do with balancing of loads.
Deployment is what I know how to do because we did it. How I did everything at college. But
I mean, realistically,
I know a little bit about SQL Server, but not enough to get a job doing anything with it as like my main thing because I had to take a class on it.
we haven't deployed. I haven't deployed anything in 15 years because we order the system set up and you log on, you're ready to go. We get a list of and we add them to the domain before you even log on. First time you log on is when we buy machines. Like my last job, I bought them from HP. Here, I bought Dell. I literally sent them our load, and the computers came set up with everything on the M.2 drive. Right,
They don't. The college does not on their machines that they purchase. They do not custom have Dell install any custom software. It's just whatever software Dell puts on there, and they do everything manually on site.
Yeah, well, my minimum order was 1,000 PCs. And if you take 10 PCs a day, that would take 100 days to get them ready for people.
Yeah.
Dell does it online, goes down.
The way I did it when I deployed Windows to all of the machines is at home I set up a virtual machine on my computer at home with ran all the updates, ran all the Windows updates, installed all the software it needed, with the exception of Microsoft Office, because I didn't have a license for that for all the school computers, and I deployed that through the network to all the machines, so that when all the machines got re-imaged with Windows, they also got all the software it needed other than Office. Then I got a license for 1,000 computers from the IT department gave me a license for 1,000 computers, and I used that license to import and used a tool, used PDQ deploy or whatever it's called to put that Microsoft Office on all the machines, and then they was ready to go.
We have Office, and most of our people get 2 vertical packages. Some get 3. So yeah, I mean, that takes a lot. We don't touch it. I mean, at onesie twosie, we buy extra machines for each office. So warranty, get a new machine tomorrow. But yeah, we don't. I mean, a day goes by, nobody loads anything onto a computer manually.
No, I had the machine so locked down that if you was a student logging into the machines, you could not even turn the computer off.
No, actually, it's the
I
opposite.
disabled all the options for shutdown and all that, so all they could do is log off.
I came
turned
from
off all the
insurance.
desktop icons, everything. So it's literally
I came from insurance. I can guarantee you,
couldn't.
16 hours a day with nobody breaking into your computers, it's powered off.
Hey Gary, I got a question. I hadn't tried it myself. My HP's like this, but when you disable the USB ports in the BIOS on business machines, does that disable the charging?
Yes, it does.
I used to laugh at Kroger because I thought it did. People would go up to the desk in the office and plug their phones in, and they thought they think their computer, they think their phone was charging. It wasn't.
We have software now with Windows 11 that we can actually just lock out like USB drives and keyboards. We can actually lock out except for certain brands of keyboards. So we decided on Logitech, and we send you a Logitech keyboard if you want an external keyboard, and that'll work. If you try Microsoft, it won't work.
Does it matter what model, or does it just have to be a Logitech keyboard? It doesn't matter what model of keyboard.
We whitelist by model, and it's our model.
It's locked down by brand and model, not just brand.
Yep.
What if they stop making that model? You need a replacement. They stop making that model.
Then if we start sending new ones out, we'll change the lockdown. It's no big deal. I mean, you don't buy the keyboard, so it really doesn't matter. We send you the keyboard.
Oh, you would have to log into the computer remotely. I see it.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said somebody would have to log into the computer remotely and change the
Oh no. First of all, these are laptops, so you already have a keyboard. If you want an external keyboard, you get a separate keyboard.
Oh, okay.
And number 2, if you need a new keyboard and it's not, it's a new model because I got rid of the one we're using or the couple that we're using, we just send it down to you. I mean, every time you log on, you get updates. Or not every time, but you log on every day and you get updates daily and weekly, whenever they come. Because we don't just do Microsoft Office. We have individual, we have custom programs, we have vertical software. There's updates maybe 2 times a week.
When I was in high school, they gave me a computer, and I took the computer home, and I didn't realize it. But this computer was, of course, part of their domain at the high school, and I couldn't log in because I hadn't logged in to that computer at the school before. I could not log in to that computer at home until I took it to school, and it loaded the profile while it was connected to their server.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I took it home, once I took it home, I was able to log in and connect to my Wi-Fi and do what I needed to do.
Yep. Yeah, it's not worth paying to deploy stuff because now, like I've said before, our people, we don't do, our help is more help to how to do something, not, and think of it this way. You use our computer as you use your remote for your TV. You don't change the remote daily or weekly. When's the last time you loaded something on your Fire Stick, Ken? Last week, maybe?
Last year, maybe?
Exactly. So the problems are like, I'm trying to find out why this product didn't go through. I mean, we don't have to get on your PC at home. I mean, it's RPC, but it's just no need. If a tool breaks, that's something different, but you're not putting drivers on yourself. You're not copying software off into a USB drive. You're not printing at home. Nothing gets on that box at home. That box, we are the only ones that touches that box even remotely. I mean, from remote.
That's what the Navy does.
I mean,
USB ports aren't even active.
well, we have our phones are all IP, so we actually are using the phones for the headsets.
But Gary, that funny thing is they had those USB ports disabled, but they didn't have the BIOS password. Cause I got in the BIOS one time and I went right out of it. I'll just see if I can do it.
Yeah, well, we do. Our BIOS is password, and
That's the way the college IT department ran computers are. They don't BIOS they don't put passwords on any of their BIOSes, and I asked them why, and they said just because they don't. And so I said, what would happen if I reinstalled Windows? They said you would get expelled.
or fired.
So
Yeah.
when we were setting up,
Like the last place.
all our computers for our little network at college, we went through and BIOS password protected every single computer.
Well,
I
that's
see a
sort of
grin
like
on
where I
Al's
worked
face.
last
What
time.
happens if I reinstall Windows?
Why would you
So in a
reinstall
sense-
Windows? It is
so
not
in a
your computer.
So in a sense, we had more security on our little network than the actual college IT department did for the whole campus.
But like I said,
Well, the
employees.
last
Go ahead, Jeff.
place I worked, we had company computers, and I could have installed software on there, but I never did.
Excuse me.
Because installing software on a company computer was a firing offense with no
Like-
exceptions.
Yep.
Now, one time I had some stuff I wanted, and I got the IT guy over. He couldn't figure out how to do it, so he stood there and watched me while I installed it. But you couldn't hook up a USB or an external drive or anything like that without permission.
Yep.
And I had a hell of a time figuring out how to take stuff home to work on it. The one loophole that was there was I could email myself stuff, or I could stick something in the draft folder of my company email and then log into my company email from home, which was allowed, and grab the draft email with the attachment. Kind of bending the rules a little bit, but the IT guy knew what I was doing.
Sure.
They were hell bent that you would not plug a flash drive into any computer when I was in high school. But the crazy thing is, at college they didn't care. They gave people flash drives to use.
Well, they probably took the idea that if you were working on a thesis for your master's or, something else, your dissertation for your doctorate, that if you lost that, you'd be trying to sue the campus or something, IT department, who knows?
Yeah.
So real quick update on the fish tank. I got everything working. Last night I unplugged the pumps and took them out and put them in the kitchen sink to let them dry out. And then this morning I figured out a way to take them apart, and I cleaned the impellers.
Here we go.
Yeah. I could have done a video on it, Greg, actually, but I decided not to. Anyway, they've been working fine now for nearly 12 hours. Just the impellers got froze or locked or stuck, or I don't know what it was. It was pretty dirty down in that impeller chamber. I know that. So once I cleaned that, plugged them in, had no problems.
Might have had a little grit around the shaft, and
Something
prior,
it's
when it was just running continuously, the motor had enough torque to spin it, but once it stopped, it didn't have enough
to get it
to
started.
stick it.
Right. Yeah. So
I'm
the fish are
guessing.
safe. They're fine. They're good. Everybody can relax.
No
Oh,
fishies
don't
Don't
floating
call
on
the
their back.
SPCA on me.
Well, I'll have to get rid of that draft email now.
do the fish breathe out of water?
Is this like the Tootsie Roll question?
Did you see the bird? The dead bird in the sky? Fish out of water.
Yeah. Well, some of the fish that I have in the water, they can live. Giant Danios is what they're called. I've gone months literally without changing the water or feeding them or adding water. Or again, please don't call the SPCA on me. And they're fine. Other fish, on the other hand, if you let them go a day without doing something, boy, they just croak instantly. That's what happens. The area the impeller sits gets a lot of gum. Yeah, it was actually pretty bad. I couldn't believe it. So my email notifications is working. I just got, I don't know if you guys heard that or not. You shouldn't have, but if you did, that was my email. So that's good. Finally, notifications are working. Now if I get doggone YouTube notifications, that would be cool.
You didn't get my 3? I posted 3 videos today.
I did not get your notifications.
Damn, I might have to get on them people and fire some people. Get on them people. Get on them.
Alex, are we going for strike
YouTube
2?
stream. Hey, Jim from Arkansas, kid, he has a YouTube stream going again.
I know. I asked him if he's going for strike 2.
No comment.
Oh, goodbye, Alex. See you later. Oh, I think he's working on blocking you now.
No, I sent Robert a message earlier in the day, and I was answering him while it was still fresh on my mind. Otherwise, I would forget. Just like
Alex said no comment.
I heard him.
He asked you if you were going for strike 2.
I heard him. I might be old, but I'm not 100% deaf yet. What? What was that?
What?
Say something?
What?
Or as Mrs. K says, I think you're deaf. I'm like, deaf? What the hell's that? You can't hear. Oh, you mean deaf? Yeah, deaf. I'm like, no, it's deaf. We have those conversations all the time, by the way.
Well, actually, that was a common mispronunciation where I grew up.
Deaf or deaf?
Deef.
Deef.
People would say, he's deef. Okay.
What'd you say? I can't hear you.
Yep. Hmm?
I don't know, Long Dog, if you can put any kind of oil in an internal fish pump and it not affect the fish. That's something that would be worth looking into.
Food grade silicone. Food grade silicone.
You should ask my digital assistant, Alexa. Yeah, Alexa. Nope, didn't work. Hey, Google. Nope, didn't work. Hey, Siri.
Yeah, it did work. It did work. I just got the volume turned down on it because it's late at night. The volume automatically lowers at night, but it actually did work.
Which one, Alexa or Hey Google? Just say 1 or 2. Right? You don't need to repeat it so it turns on your system.
3.
Okay, I'll find out the hard way. Alexa, turn Alex's computer off.
So, even
Hey,
if you,
Google, mute Alex.
it's not programmed for that. And even if I had it programmed for that, it wouldn't work because for certain things, like I've got it set up so I can call people with it. But if I want to say call you with it, it only works if I say it. It don't work if anybody else says it.
So it recognizes your
back.
voice and your voice
Voice
only?
verification.
I'd take it back.
Yeah, I would too. I would say it's defective.
Yeah.
So Long Dog says, better yet, set a reminder and use the word Stout Live and see how what happens. Long Dog, I don't have Siri on my phone. I don't have Alexa. I don't have Hey Google. I don't have any of that stuff. I get up and turn the lights on and off manually. I don't have the clapper. Even though I do have a clapper, my mom gave it to me as a joke for Christmas one year. It's still wrapped up in the box. One of these
Break it
days I
out,
might
see
put
if
it
it
up, turn
works.
You had to clap? What?
it. Yeah, yeah.
Your mom gave it to you, said what?
Hey, Rick.
Hello.
I see you thawed out from your bike ride.
Yeah, I actually didn't go anywhere today. I had to get my desk in the living room moved forward so I can put the back panel on, which I haven't done in 4 years since I bought that desk.
No, I was referring to, I seen that picture and I had to my instant thought was, man, that's Rick Lakes if I've ever
Yeah,
seen. Did you just try to call me, Alex?
Yes.
Okay,
at this time of
Uh,
night.
just messing with you.
You didn't get a call from my local popos who'd called me at this time of night.
yeah, it's almost midnight. I'm good. The phone calls that scare me are the 2 in the morning and 3 in the morning, because especially if it's from my brother or sister, those are the ones that concern me.
I don't get those phone calls because my phone goes to do not disturb at 10 p.m. It don't come off of it till 6.
Yeah, see, I
7.
can't do that, Alex. My mom will sometimes call me at 11:30 or midnight. She's gotten pissed at me for having my phone on silent. She actually
That
came
is
up to
unless you
Brainerd
were
the
home
other day to
again.
talk to me about it. She drove an hour and 20 minutes just to talk to me about it. She told me, she pointed her finger at me and said, "You stop doing that. I don't give a damn if you're 54 years old or not. You will not have your phone on silent anymore. You understand?" To say, "Okay, ma, fine.
That's one of the yes, ma'am, and
Fine,
you
fine.
you,
I'll
you move
just..."
on. Yeah.
And now my phone just keeps consistently dinging and chiming, but I can't turn the volume down anymore.
I'll tell you what
She
I
te-
found works real good for me is when I go to bed, I leave the phone in here in the studio and I can't hear anything. When I get
I
up the
can't
next
do that.
morning,
I gotta have the phone right on the windowsill, right
yeah,
by my ear.
yeah.
She doesn't like it when I leave it in the living room. She asked me, "What are you doing that for?" So I don't hear it ringing. Can't do that.
My phone is loud enough that when my phone rings, like when it's an actual phone call, it's loud enough that I can hear it all the way at the other end of the house.
Well, mine has an adjustable ring volume. I can turn it down to where you can barely hear it, or I can set it up to maximum so when it does ring, you jump out of your chair. I
I put
preferably like to have it to where you can barely hear it.
I put mine in my car.
That's why you can't find it.
Oh,
When you
that
go
way I
out
don't hear it.
when you go out and start your car, you probably hear a lot of dings and bells and whistles from everything catching up. I've pretty much got mine programmed for individual ringtones for everybody. So I know this sounds horrible to say, but I'll just pick on someone that thinks he's being funny tonight. That would be Jim from Arkansas. If he calls me at 2 o'clock in the morning, I know it's his ringtone. I just ignore it. My brother calls 2 o'clock in the morning. I know it's his ringtone. I will answer because he's not going to call me at 2 o'clock in the morning unless it's something really important. So I think my graphics card is back to having issues because Zoom keeps blinking in and out on my screen. Is anybody else experiencing that?
No,
There it went again.
Look, you would never ignore me, Ken, unless you were unless you're in the deep sleep.
Did he say something?
Who?
no,
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
nothing worth listening to.
I think he left.
I put him in the waiting room.
Oh, I thought it was church again tomorrow.
No.
I went to the store today, and this lady, they had a security guard, and actually an armed guard, jewelry store. Anyway, this lady was behind me, and I was talking to a person. She butted in, and she started yelling, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?" Security guard came over, put her in handcuffs, called an ambulance because she's psychotic. She didn't know who she was.
Yeah, the lady at the DMV, we walked in. She goes, "Take a number, please." And I looked at her. I said, "We're good, ma'am," and walked right up to the counter because I've got a pretty good in right now there. And she hustled right over and helped us out. So
you finally get your stuff taken care of, or not yet?
No, if it's done by the end of this month, I'll be shocked.
Seriously, I don't understand it, to be honest.
Well, apparently the state of Indiana wants to have a hard copy of the title, which is stupid because the title's at the credit union, and they send it out via UPS. The DMV here in Indiana does not accept UPS, which I find to be hard to believe, but that's what the lady said. So at the end of the month, we'll go in there, and if they got it, fine. If not, we'll just get a temporary tag, and we'll have 30 days or 60 days or however long it is to get it worked out.
In Michigan, you can have a title. You can license any titled vehicle. It doesn't have to be a Michigan
Yeah.
title.
Right. When we moved from California to Vegas to Nevada, we walked into DMV. We took in our California registration with the California plates. We handed them to the guy at the counter. He handed us back Nevada plates, Nevada registration. No question, no problem. We
Same
go
thing
to
when I moved
Illinois.
here from Tennessee.
Yeah, go to Illinois. We took in the Nevada plates, Nevada registration, handed them in, and 15 minutes later, we walked out with the Illinois plates and the registration. Come to Indiana, and oh no, sir, we need to have the copy. We need to physically hold a copy of the title. I'm like, it's finance. What do you need a copy of the title for?
What do they care? The title's between you and the
Credit union, right? So
yeah, I mean,
it's just dumb. It really is. So I doubt that it gets resolved by the end of the month. I just really do. But I do know we can get 2, and I don't remember if it's 30 days or 60-day temporary plates. I do know that. So I'm going to go the last. In fact, I can tell you now that the schedule finally came out.
the wife's schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, for the entire rest of the month. It finally came out tonight. We will be going on Wednesday the 28th to the DMV. Why she's got Wednesday off, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know anything about Wednesday, but my wife and I were talking about your wife's schedule. She said probably what happened. My wife does more scheduling than I've ever done. She said probably somebody came in there and had a budget for hourly, amount of people, but had an ancillary budget for making sure it's filled. And then they found out, whoa, he's paying her time and a half for 8 hours a day or something. Or
Sure.
Probably choked on that.
Yeah.
So
I haven't done the
doing.
math, but they still come out ahead letting her work an extra 8 hours as opposed to paying an agency. I know that.
I mean, well, we both know that you should have this employees, but that's another discussion.
Well, that's true too. That's very true.
I'm assuming that it's hard to get employees there to do that position. And I know nothing about it and know nothing about there.
I know she was 41 minutes late getting out of work tonight because the agency person was late. And
She
Like I
gonna
s-
get paid for those 41 minutes?
well, that's what I was telling everybody earlier. I have the ability, or we have the ability, to look at her timesheet from home, and when we check it tomorrow, if they clocked her out at 10 o'clock instead of 10:41, she'll leave at 10 o'clock
Yeah. No, I
from
mean,
here
I have
forward.
100% agree.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's no,
And they will hear, not that it will help, but they will hear a little bit of my opinion on it as well.
well, let me ask you this. Can she leave tomorrow 41 minutes early and not get docked?
No, she cannot.
Then F them. I mean, if you're quote salary, you can leave tomorrow to go to the doctor's appointment and not get
Sure.
docked.
Right. No, she's hourly.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Then, yeah, they pay her to, they're in trouble.
So they are hiring some agency people right now.
Oh yeah, they're probably, without going in and looking at the hard numbers, I'm going to say they are probably 60-40 right now, agency versus staff.
Are they
Stupid.
trying to get staff though? Or
They would be ahead to be paying staff overtime. You don't even need a calculator to figure that
Of
out.
course they would. Of course they would. Gary, I don't know if they are or not. I know.
I mean, I would think. Go ahead.
About 2 months ago, 3 months ago, they hired 8 people. Within a week, it was down to 3 people. Within the next week, it was down to no people. All 8 people left. So I don't know. it used to be a pretty good place to work.
Well, excluding quote management politics, how are the patient customers, clients?
Depends on the nurse. It depends on the staff. Um, I know when mom was there for the 5 days she was there, um, as well as it's a decent place and as well as I thought it was better than it is, there were times when my mom actually had to wait on someone. And of course, their excuse was, well, we're sorry, Mrs. Stout, but we're just short staffed. Well, okay, welcome to the nursing world, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, and I found out later on there were times when my mom actually had to wait. And, Lorna can't be there 24 hours a day.
Right.
At the time, my sister in law couldn't be there 24 hours a day. So, and my brother has no medical background whatsoever. He's the maintenance supervisor. I mean, it's like every other place in the world. It looks good on the outside, and all the windows are shined, and all the carpets are clean. But then when you kind of look behind the closed doors, it's got the same problems a lot of places have.
But like Jeff just said, is if they are hiring temp staff or agency, they are paying somebody to be there. It's not like they're
Oh,
cutting.
sure. Yeah,
I mean, I assume they would prefer to have solid employees.
you would think.
It would seem to be cheaper.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know your wife's benefits. That is not cheap.
True. That's
As if
true.
she,
By using the staffing agencies, they pay a higher hourly rate, but they avoid the benefit package. That is very true.
I mean, if she has full benefits, that's about $3,000 a month. If she's got dental and optical, and I know that from the other side. Trust me.
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, it's not that much." No, yes, it is. If you ever quit a job and somebody sends you a Cobra bill,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be surprised. You'll get like $4,000 for a month of insurance. We have people that resign to go to another job and they got maybe 2 months between, they're taking vacation and they want Cobra, they want their benefits, and we send them a bill. And we've had people send us letters, try to get on TV, no, that's literally what it costs. We're not making a dime by law.
Sorry about that. I had to answer that message real quick.
Yeah, I can't understand why they aren't actively pursuing hiring though, or trying anyway.
I'm really hoping that one of these days she doesn't go into work and as she gets there they tell her just to go home because they've already staffed it with the staffing agency. If that's the case, that would be just horrible. It really would. And I could see that happening very easily.
Yeah, that I actually kind of agree because it's like with their contract, they probably have to pay the staffing people the whole day if they get them there.
Yeah.
I would bet. Or at least a minimum. I mean, with our union workers, if they're there an hour, we have to pay them 5 hours. So we might as well keep them 5 hours.
Right.
So if we have electric failure at work and whatever, the minute you hit the door, you're there for an hour. We're paying you for 5.
So if they're only there for 58 minutes, they can go home and they only get paid 58 minutes?
Yep.
Boy, I'd be moving the time clock on that.
I mean, that's. I mean,
no,
that
I know. I understand it.
I mean, and you don't do it selectively. I mean, it just doesn't happen. But I mean, the idea being, though, is if something goes down wrong and you get 3 hours, their contract says they get 5-hour pay, which isn't a full day, but.
I hear the train clock, so that must mean it's midnight.
But I worked at Ford in the 80s, and hourly machine type, assembly type workers had business cards, and they each had a title. And you laugh, but the thing is, your machine, I mean, it could be any machine. I mean, nothing technical, just a job, production.
Right.
Your machine broke down. You couldn't work on the next guy's machine because he had a different machine job classification. And they couldn't send you home. Union. They got rid of that about 94. And the guy next to you could go home sick and they'd have to find somebody that'd have a higher classification to do that job. And I mean, we're talking, move this from here to there. We're not talking,
I'm trying to look a football score up real quick. Let's see who won between Miami and LA. Los Angeles held on to win.
Yeah, I'm surprised it jumps from 1 hour all the way to 5. I would have thought maybe 1 to 4, since that's half a day.
Right.
No, that's actually the deal is more than half. They're going for more than half. That's the contract we negotiated. Well, last one I was not in on, but yeah.
Okay.
But that's pretty standard. Ford's got that, and if you hit the 5 hour mark, you pay for the 8 hours. So
Oh, lost another subscriber. I'm going backwards. It was at 203. Now I'm at 201. Doggone it.
when I joined, it was a 202.
Yeah. Well, this afternoon it peaked up at 203.
I still
The
see.
silly little
Oh,
short is now at 2,610 views.
Well, I can tell you, no, somebody else decided they didn't want to look at your shorts either. So
Probably. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream since it's been an hour. Let that
or they
run.
saw your shorts and decided to hang up.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not more of that actually on there.
yeah, but you're slowly gaining on the average, even if it drops below 200.
Oh yeah,
Then,
I can say that I was at 203 at one point in time, and
well, but
go
in a
from
week
there.
or two, you'll add another one for long term or something. I mean, it'll gradually creep back up.
Yeah, I'm quite sure I know who at least one of those were. I'll tell you here in just a minute. Waiting for the stream to end. Meanwhile, Long Dog, Tony Wallow, Bobby Warren, thank you very much. I know BH Ringer briefly stuck his head in before his scheduled power outage. Chris Garrett was first in chat, it looks like. Greg Guy was third place again. Greg, you just hanging up. You're not.
Try harder.
I was watching Richard Widmark, World War II, The Frogman.
Jim was there. The real Jim, by the way, not the guy from Arkansas that pretends to be Jim.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell was there. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and hit stop streaming there.